Moving over to the US, sales of newly built homes are falling, and the culprit is clear. Home buyers increasingly can't afford what they want. Higher mortgage rates, right? Clearly very important, combined with the loss of homeowner tax breaks in some of the nation's most expensive markets, are taking away buying power. One of the reasons, mortgage rates moving higher. Right now, we are looking at rates that are, as I said, historically very low. As soon as they move off that level, you're going to push people over the edge. In the US, they're seeing that right now. But if I look at an area like Manhattan, San Francisco, and maybe LA, other places, I can see that there are definitely prices that just keep increasing. Very clear. But if I take the national average, if I take averages based on, let's say, even states, cities, we get a different picture. When you really look at it more in depth, you get a better picture. So let's look at some of the rates that I found here. This happens to be just one, usbank.com, but look around, you'll see relatively similar figures. When you can see that the adjustable rate mortgages, or what they're calling, the conventional fixed rate mortgages, however you want to look at it, let's say between 4 and 4.5. 4 to 4.5% on mortgage rates. That's higher than a lot of places, right? So they're trying to do this in order to ensure that they don't have a problem that they had during the housing crisis. They will, of course, again. I'll tell you something. At 4 to 4.5%, we are nearing that borderline where it is unaffordable. As the Federal Reserve increases their Fed funds rate, they may do so in steps of 0.25%, okay? That's what they've been doing. Perhaps they'll continue. 0.25%. But mortgage rates don't necessarily have to increase at that same level. They may decide to bring them up 0.3, maybe 0.4. It's up to them. They don't really have to do what the central banks are doing. They could increase. In fact, in Canada, you saw that the banks started to increase even before the central bank had increased their rates. They anticipated it coming. They decided to increase. So look at the level of 4 to 4.5% and understand, as soon as we go into 5%, we are at dangerous territory. In fact, I think in the 4 to 4.5 is already dangerous, and we're seeing that happening right now. But 5% to 6%. This is critical. This is going to be the backbreaker right here. If they can raise them into this territory, I believe that we will see a very, very big problem. 5 to 6%, there's no way it can go beyond that. Okay, last but not least, UBS also has a little chart for everybody to see. And we can see the bubble index. Just shows you graphically how this looks, the geography of it all. Toronto, extremely high. Vancouver, extremely high. And other areas like San Francisco and LA, which obviously very, very expensive markets, are seemingly not as crazy over the last year and a half as areas of Canada. So that's something to think about here, but it doesn't matter where you look. Around the world, there are many, many cities that have really pushed their prices up over this last year and a half period. It's not a good sign, because the average person being priced out is a big problem, particularly when rents are at historic highs. If the rents weren't high, then you could say that, well, people would just choose to rent. But that's not happening necessarily. I mean, vacancy rates in some areas are very, very low, but they're being, put into this predicament. And that's why many of them are buying homes, because they're choosing not to rent. Very, very, wild predicament that's going to present themselves with a big problem in the future. Housing prices simply have to come down, or mortgage rates have to come down, one or the others, or maybe rents. I don't know. we'll see how it all unfolds. That's all for this video. If you found it informative, please give me a thumbs up. When you give me a thumbs up, it helps to support this channel. So I do appreciate that very much. We are just nearing that point of 90,000 subscribers here at the Money GPS. So I do appreciate all your support. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I do videos every single day bringing to you this good information. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Please give me a thumbs up. And if you found the video informative, I know you'll find my books, The Money GPS, and my new release, Global Economic Collapse, even more informative. You can flip through these books. If you go over to Amazon, they actually have this look inside feature. It's going to allow you to flip through the pages of the books to see if you like them. Take care.